have to come back to that later.
That got real chunky. Real chunky.
Yeah. That's all right. King Mountain. Usually like the good go-to whenever there's nothing that's blowing my skirt up over the course of a week. I go to this YouTube channel. It's called Stoned Meadow of Doom.
That's my jam.
Yeah. Great for when you can't find shit you want to listen to. And if you're into Doom.
Absolutely. It'll give you a menagerie of Doom and Doom-related products.
If you're looking for something a little more upbeat, that's probably not where you need to go.
That was good. Yeah, like I said, it was kind of just a nice jam. But then when we hit it, it started to riff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the one thing. Everything they post on that channel, man, it's all Doom, but, man, it's a lot of bands that can appreciate a fucking riff.
And it's a whole album, too.
Yeah.
They rarely put out just singular tracks.
Oh, no. They're usually, and a lot of times they're EPs. Most of the shit coming in about between 25 and 40 minutes. This one for King Mountain, it's 39 minutes long. So it's basically almost a full length.
Sure. Shit, man, I'd say if it's over 35 minutes, I'd call it full length.
Yeah. Now, the other good thing is, too, what Stoned Meadow of Doom does on that channel is that, but they always give props to the artist. I mean, they'll post full records like King Mountain Beleaguered. It came out, I think, today. And they'll always point out, yeah, that's the band. Go check out their shit. You know, we're just kind of passing along to the masses, which is cool. It's not like outright thievery, you know.
Yeah.
Which we've had actually a dealing with this morning.
Hello to all you fine people in Thailand. Or
Now,
where
LJ,
the fuck you were from.
LJ alerts me to it like at 4 o'clock this morning. Like, hey, somebody's like stealing your shit. Yeah, last week's podcast. It was just grabbed by somebody. Well, it's out of Thailand, so I'm assuming he's a fucking Nancy boy.
I checked this dude's fucking page. It's got to be a robot, man. It has to be, because there were like 50 fucking videos uploaded in the span of maybe 5 minutes, and none of them were shorter than an hour and a half.
So somebody putting out a YouTube bot that's just grabbing content.
Oh, yeah, dude, just like mining shit and then putting it up there. A lot of Japanese anime look like from the 80s maybe.
Right.
And then right in the middle of it, a big old pressure luck picture.
Right.
I still don't know how to react to that. That is fucking strange.
I know. At first I was like, well, I'm kind of flattered, I guess. But
then I'm like, why? How did we get into some algorithm to be repurposed on someone that has about 18,500 subscribers, by the way?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see how it does. Matter of fact, I may go in there and throw a comment like, hey, if you want the source to the real shit.
Oh, I did comment. I said,
good deal. Good
I said,
deal.
Thanks for stealing our shit. It's
Yeah, I gotta like throw a link up there. So I mean, I don't know. That might actually provide us with a whole bunch of unwanted traffic. I don't think, just based off of what I saw, I feel like it was a mistake for them to steal our shit.
right.
Because it just doesn't fit anything else they've stolen.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of podcasts about drinking, banging your head, or banging with a bro in the octagon either.
Right.
Or talking about shitty U.S. game shows from the 80s.
Yeah. It was a little bizarre. And now
Weird.
I didn't go through and figure out that it was probably just a huge mass mining kind of a thing.
I had time to burn.
But I thought, well, here it is. Here's the one where I go ahead and lay it out there and let you people know what I think of Thailand.
Just make sure it's not Brazil, man.
Well,
if it's a Brazilian one, they already got everything they need.
Yeah, mostly COVID-19 cases, but yeah.
Oh man,
they're like that's like going to be the worst spot in the world right there.
Yeah, just based off of averages, it's worse. Is it?
They're going to surpass our numbers here pretty quick, and they didn't get their first cases till like almost a month after ours.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not good, man. But then again, you know, state of healthcare in Brazil, what it is. But I'm surprised. Why am I on Brazil's ass about this shit? I'm going to need to be on Thailand.
I'm surprised Colby Covington hadn't come out and said anything snarky about Brazil now.
No, well, that's a little beyond.
And when you call them a bunch of dirty animals, what's beyond that?
But when they're like stuff getting ready to go over 100,000 cases or deaths, I mean, of 100,000, deaths.
100,000 in the realm.
that's they're getting ready to go over that number. They're going to go way beyond us coming up shortly. We just went over 100,000 this week. We had like a 1 month head start. Brazil's getting ready to. They're getting ready to really, really take off. That's kicking a fucking person when they're down if you do that. I mean, that's Colby Covington's full of shit. He's maybe the worst human being outside the cocksucker running this country, but I don't think you can pull that off in regards to talking shit about a nation when they're down.
Colby did use the death of that coach from the Black Zillions against Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, there's that.
And got a broken jaw.
I was getting ready to say it didn't really help him any.
No. If anything, it made him worse.
Yeah. But yeah, just throw it out there. So somebody from Thailand grab it up our episodes, and that's great because if it gets it out to 18,000 people, beyond like the 20 or so of you that check us out here organically on our stuff. And by the way, thanks to LJ, he'd also pointed out, like, yeah, by the way, they stole this off of,
Wonder how he came across it.
Googling his own name, probably.
Well, we've all been known to do that late at night every once in a while.
As he does, a couple hours a night.
Sometimes court cases come up. Sometimes cool shit comes up.
But anyway, so for all you fine people in Thailand, just know that I think most of your country smells like fucking spoiled fish and diesel. So,
but your noodles seem really good.
No, they even stole those. So I mean, it's not surprising.
Oh, they repurpose noodles.
It's like a kleptocracy there.
Damn.
I mean, they're stealing shit from the Chinese.
Damn. Are they at least doing it better?
Not really. Now, the biggest thing, the funny thing, you can do some nonsense to get arrested. You can spit in the street, and they will arrest your ass.
I kind of like that.
But you're going to go away for a long, long, long time if you even mention one bad thing about their king. That's the problem.
Oh, they have a king?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a monarchy. That's a monarchy.
Yeah. I mean, the same reason I don't want to live under a queen. I don't want to live under a king.
Yeah. It's kind of like a weird, crazier, more slimy, erotic world than the Philippines is kind of what Thailand is.
Slimy and erotic. I don't know why that made my butthole pucker.
It should. Man.
It went in protection mode.
But anyway, I don't want to talk shit about an entire nation. Mainly just one parent car boy, I suppose. Because the dude's like car culture, right? According to his banner.
Yeah, but again, his video shit is primarily 80s Japanese TV anime shit. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I never thought we'd be the ones that would be a victim of this. It's not a victimless crime.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, now, man, if that dude's able to get monetized off of our shit, that's a problem.
Oh, no, he throws up our video as many times we say fucking cunt and he ain't making no money.
No.
$0.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're certainly not doing this for fucking cash.
No.
We're just doing it because creative content.
And we do, we make more hooking on the side.
Some of us. It was Mead Metal MMA podcast. Get together, bullshit about topics of the week. Shit, how's your week?
What week of quarantine are we on?
I don't know. I you know what?
Week 11.
Frankly, I'm just ignoring it now. New Mexico's starting to finally get their head out of their ass. Yeah, we're getting ready to reopen like normal business and shit. Like almost everything's going to reopen except for bars, and you can't go camping.
Bars are opening in Tejas.
Yeah, no, they're already open.
Oh,
they opened last
they're
Friday.
opening in Amarillo.
Yeah. No, because they were under a different order.
Right,
because they were still having spiking cases, which is why you didn't see my ass going to Lubbock or Amarillo. But
yeah, fuck that noise.
But yeah, they so here in New Mexico, yeah, still no bars. The weirdest fucking thing to me is like no camping. It's like, well, that's you talk about social distancing. That's what I do to socially distance myself from people. Is I go camping.
Yeah, no shit. It said like no camping reservations through June 16th.
You can go fishing, no camping. It's like, why? I don't understand. I don't really get it.
Because they got to get out there and sterilize the trees and the river.
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, they don't have to do any of that shit when someone's there and leaves.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But anyway, COVID-19 go fuck itself. I don't think we're I don't think we're in the clear yet. But, man, it's one of these. You and I have been pretty fucking level-headed about the whole thing and pointing out how the numbers really just don't add up and everything else.
Right.
And they're just now, after almost destroying our economy in a state that's fragile as fuck anyway, and we're just now finally the lord of the land or lady or whatever that was, by the way, violating her own fucking orders over the course of this shit by buying fucking jewelry. And everybody knows she's getting her fucking hair done. She's not doing that shit by herself.
Yeah, there's a guy in the Albuquerque weather that like does it from his house these days.
Yeah.
Has like this goddamn dog that looks like he has been to the dog groomer.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't go to a goddamn barber, you can't tell me goddamn dog groomer's open either.
You can. You could take a dog to a dog groomer, but you yourself can't go get your hair cut.
Bullshit.
Yeah. No, that's the wacky shit about this.
That is the rich white dude fucking thing.
Yep.
Who's oh God. Wow.
So I ask you again, how's your week?
Oh, fucking getting better by the minute, man.
But I mean, the reality is the two of us have basically this virus, the pandemic, and the quarantine caused by it. Go fuck yourself. Look, if you're scared and you want to stay home, man, you do you. But don't you fucking go trying to extend your fear onto other fucking people.
Yeah, especially folks like we.
Yeah, no, because I'm not going to buy it. And then you get angry at me because I treat you like an asshole because you're trying to be an asshole to me and spread along like, well, you better wear a mask every time you're jacking off or whatever. It's
or what?
Yeah, fucking no. I'm going to live my life. I'm a pretty solitary cat anyway. You don't have to worry about me. Worry about these cocksuckers that work for different municipalities or run around fucking hobnobbing with every son of a bitch in every office in town. Oh, they got COVID-19. Well, guess who else has it? Fucking half the town thanks those assholes. It's not me. It's those people.
And people are gross around here.
Yeah.
People are really gross.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to fucking ruin a lot of relationships with people, I think.
I think so.
Because all of a sudden now there's a new line to draw in the sand. Not if you're blue or red. Are you wearing a mask or not?
Right.
That little goddamn cocksucker DJ in Lubbock that I've talked shit about here on a regular basis.
Right.
That Wes Nessman cocksucker at FMX. They said, oh, if I go to a Lubbock establishment and I don't see the person at the counter wearing a mask, I'm going to leave. It's like the weird, it's reverse of everything else.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's cool. Then
and he went
go the fuck home.
He went so far as to say, like, well, I'll just do all my shopping on Amazon. Cool, man. You support your city that you say you enjoy and love so much.
Exactly. And that's because that's the other side of it, too.
I want to take that fucking bandana he wears on that fucking chicken neck of his and just strangle him.
Yeah.
He strikes me as the fakest motherfucker on the planet.
For sure. He works for
FMX.
FMX.
I wish he would listen to this one day.
You know that
one cocksucker would fucking let him listen to this.
You know that some bitches listen to like Florida Georgia Line and Luke Bryan and shit, right?
Beating off.
Yeah. But works for a fucking rock. Well, I guess there's technically two in Lubbock, but he works for the fucking main Big Daddy fucking rock station.
And he's the only one that gets like opinion pieces on FMX's website,
right,
about how shit bothers him.
Well, and clearly, he's the old rock and roll attitude. Everything bothers me. Oh, well, wait, it's the opposite of that. The old rock and roll attitude is like, fuck you and fuck all this.
Yeah, instead it's like, no, y'all are doing it fucking wrong.
Man, I'm glad Lemmy's not around to fucking see the world in the state it's in right now.
Yeah, no shit. Bob Barker too, right?
No, I think that motherfucker's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
I think he's still out there neutering pets with his teeth.
Who died? Anybody die?
But anyway, I hope this week, you are well and doing whatever you want to do. If it's socially distanced, fucking far out. If it's, just do your own shit.
I was already a fucking introvert, man.
Yeah, this is, and that's the other thing, too, is the situation's not fucking helpful.
Yeah. And I work at a hotel. I work nights at a hotel.
Work at a hotel that's been packed, by the way. Yeah, I was reading that, and I got a good laugh out of it, because now apparently hotels are going to be able to have 50% occupancy. Like, well, I know the one.
So that means that nothing will change. It's super great.
Yeah. And on top of that, we're being real about that, because people are like, we need to open up the entire economy. This 50% shit isn't cutting it. Yeah, dude. A lot of retail space, because they've got to, in New Mexico, you have to, whatever the fire marshal has said you're allowed to have in your building, well, you can only have half that.
Right.
Man, there are some retailers around here. I think they'll probably have like 50 or something like that is what they're allowed. Fucking the best of times, Christmas shopping, they might have 20, 25.
Yeah. It just doesn't get busy around here.
Man, it's not.
It's steady.
It does at Walmart. By the way, the one store in this town was allowed to fucking basically run unabated and just keep their doors open.
I like running it. I like going against the arrows. It's a lot of fun. I just want someone to come and tell me not to do it.
I'm gonna give you shit eye then if I run into you because I was like I just laid out like nah I can't do it just because there's like a little map on the ground. I'm kind of OCD that way.
Yeah, but I don't like being told what to do.
Well, as it is,
especially by Walmart.
I don't wear a mask when I go there because you know why? I'm not there to fuck around. I go in the other day. Well, I bitched about this one last week. The fucking family of like 4, right? And they're standing there bullshitting like it was fucking February. So I see yesterday. I do my weekly fucking shopping on Thursdays. I'm over there in like the cereal aisle, and right fucking behind me comes a fucking family of like 5. It's like a mother and 4 children, ages probably, I don't know, 17 all the way down to like barely able to fucking walk. All of the kids, now all the kids are all wearing fucking masks, whatever. Okay, fine, but why the fuck did you bring out your whole goddamn family? That 17-year-old girl could easily babysit all your fucking children. Make it a one-person trip. You fucking don't expose yourself that way, whatever. But, you know, you do you. But the problem is it gives them a false sense of security, so these assholes are the whole goddamn family up in my goddamn business as I'm just trying to pick out some fucking special Cocoa Pebbles, you know. Because that is the king of cereals.
Special Cocoa Pebbles?
Oh, yeah.
What's special about them?
The huge fucking family box.
Oh, okay. I thought, like, what is there? New kind of Cocoa Pebble?
No. And so that way you can break out salad bowls and you're still fucking good, you know. You don't have any guilt.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles is, for being a dry cereal, it's delicious. For being freshly in milk, it's fucking delicious. For letting it sit in milk for about 15 minutes, there's something weird about it's weird and squishy.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking kick-ass.
Unlike Cocoa Puffs, which, who the fuck is cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah.
Best breakfast cereal of all time.
Oh, God damn it.
I mean, oddly for me, Cocoa Pebbles is the shit, but that's just me.
I like fucking those blueberry muffin top cereal. It was a cheap cereal that like came in the bags.
Okay.
But they had one fucking brand of it called Blueberry Muffin Tops, and I'd be goddamned if that then tastes exactly like a blueberry muffin top.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of rank it. I kind of rank it out by Cocoa Pebbles. Sorry, not Krispies. Cocoa Pebbles. I think right after that, then I go with the old school regular fucking Captain Crunch.
Without the Crunch Berries?
Without Crunch Berries.
Wow, you just want shit that fucking destroys the roof of your mouth. Then, right?
Indeed. Well, it's that peanut butter thing, and then after that, I would go fucking Count Chocula.
The classic monster cereals, the Blueberry. I remember when they had fucking put out a cereal where half of it was 2 bags of cereal, 1 box.
Oh wow!
And half of it was a Super Mario Brothers themed cereal, and the other half was a Legend of Zelda themed cereal.
Somebody was checking all the boxes then.
Yeah, that was my crack as a child.
Yeah.
That was shit back then.
So what should be actually a relatively good cereal, but fucking you really it wasn't your bag.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That was kind of a weird one. Yeah. That was my number 1. Number 2 for me, oddly enough, was Sugar Smacks. Because fucking barley that's like loaded in sugars, it's still not good fucking eats.
And sticky as fuck. You couldn't like grab a handful of that shit out of a box and eat it without having to wash your hands afterwards. I don't know. Cinnamon Toast Crunches did something to the milk that made it like a peanut butter cereal. You know, it makes the milk fucking oily or something. It's really unattractive.
Yeah.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch had a similar thing. It didn't age well in milk. Well, probably pissing somebody off out there.
Sure. Oh no, that's what we do. The
Clearly.
There was one when I was a child growing up, and I'd always watch the commercials. My mother would always buy King Vitamin, by the way, and shit like that. Knockoffs. It was like,
sure, yeah.
It was kind of like Captain Crunch, but not really, you know. And
but you could always tell it wasn't.
Yeah, it was cheap, and they always flaunted the whole thing. It's like, hey, we're a healthy cereal. It's like, go fuck yourself. You're no healthier than the other shit that's out there, right? It is what it is. But man, but my mother would buy like the Sugar Smacks, and we had a lot of humidity back in Indiana.
Oh God.
The fucking whole box is like a block of fucking sugar.
You try to shake it to hear how much is in there, and you hear fucking nothing. It's just all one big brick. It's almost like nature made a Rice Krispie treat out of Sugar Smacks for you. I mean, like I said, that's what it was. Barley.
Yeah, a little puffed barley, I think.
Yeah. God damn, that is weird. I never knew what it was.
Yeah, and the flavor of the milk, because that's the other thing. The residual, you always have to go with that. It could be the greatest cereal of all time. What was the fucking one with it was basically a box full of tiny-ass cookies, basically.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, there you go. But the milk was weird in that. And that was the same thing with Sugar Smacks. Like, I can't put my finger on this. It's it's certainly sweet, but I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is now. It's high fructose fucking corn syrup.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't maple off the mother tit of the maple tree in Canada, man.
Corn Pops, wasn't a fan, but...
Better than Sugar Smacks.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
But again, it had a weird slimy texture when you had it in a bowl of milk. And slime, I mean, I'm cool with a little bit of sludge, but slime I can't do.
Slime is a problem. Sludge is also a problem sometimes, especially if you're getting down to the end of the fucking cereal box, so you're getting nothing but fucking dust.
That's only good if you're eating a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, if you're really high,
Oh, yeah, because then waste not, want not, motherfuckers. Shit.
That's the time I was like, wet fingers are my friend now.
Oh, you can't lick your fingers in these trying times, sir. There was a time I went to the convenience store. They'd put out Cheetos brand popcorn. Popcorn's coated in Cheetos dust.
That doesn't sound terrible.
If you like cheddar popcorn,
it's
fucking legit.
I can do it in small doses.
Yeah. A fucking bag at a convenience store is like $5.
I wonder why they never did the fucking those hot Cheetos and do them that way.
They have the Flamin' Hot variety too.
Do they?
Popcorn, yeah.
Well, you might have sold a new fan.
Yeah, they have two varieties, regular and the Flamin' Hot.
Wow.
I wouldn't fucking pick that up. Just went down on the whole bag. I was like, oh, this is great. Oh, goddamn, that was best popcorn I've had in years. I look at my hands and I go down. And I'm like about to just start going because you get Cheeto fingers regardless.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't recall if I had washed my hands after I'd gotten back from Stripes.
Oh, that's a problem.
So I was like,
especially in these trying times.
Shit. So I'm just looking at my hand. I mean, you know how tempting it is to fucking just start going at it.
Right.
There's a bunch of tiny little wieners covered in cheese here.
Right.
And
you don't want to give yourself the oral pleasure, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I figured, well, I've been throwing these things down my throat enough as it is. If it was on my fingers, I'm fucked anyway, and just went to town on my hand.
Good man.
Living dangerously in these trying times.
It's the only way to keep that immune system up. You got to fucking challenge it once in a while. You got to check it. It's like a kick. You got to check it.
That and marijuana, they convinced me what I already knew. It did something good for this COVID-19 shit, and by God, I believe it.
So we're talking about assholes. We were talking about Walmart a while ago. So the problem I have, so I'm out in the parking lot. Did you talk about, you're talking about people around here just being dumb or just really just not even cognizant. Motherfucker out in the Walmart parking lot doing a big old farmer blow, trying to clear them nostrils.
Oh, for fuck's... Oh, yeah, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, in public, it's like, dude.
Oh, God.
Of course, then where my mind goes, I started thinking, so if you have COVID-19, and I don't know, and you're like passed out on a couch or whatever, and then some jackass comes up and he's like a carrier, but he doesn't know, he's like asymptomatic, and blows a fart right in your face. Can you catch COVID-19 that way?
I would say yes.
I mean, not talking about advocating like huffing farts or anything, right?
Well, there are people already that do that.
Right.
More times than not, it's the person that it originated from.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to smell their own brand.
Yeah.
And
nasty women. But
yeah. And people that like pull really good. Oh, yeah. It's fucking damn it, dude. That's gross.
What
totally derailed me.
What did Betty White, wasn't her like married to somebody and he would do the fucking whole the boiler thing.
The Dutch oven?
Yeah, the Dutch oven. That's probably the only reason she's still
Betty
alive.
White?
What did he marry? God damn it, I can't even remember now. It's Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, my God. They were an item?
I don't know if it was Betty White, but it's certainly an actress from the day.
I wouldn't want to get a Dutch oven from Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah.
That guy seemed to eat a lot of pork.
Well, he was quite the portly fellow, right?
Great actor, though.
Spouse. No, hold on.
Rock Hudson.
I'm gonna have to fucking go back here on the Ethel Merman. Sorry, it was Ethel Merman, not Betty White.
Merman. Close, still pretty close.
You know what? So that means don't go huffing farts because she didn't make it. So Betty White did. So there you go.
Well, it's how you huff them. You got to hold them like a bong hit, man.
I guess. All right. Let's see. Any work-related fucking nonsense today, or
You know, it's nighttime.
oh, you're not back to being the waffle maker either, are you?
I don't have to do shit, man. I do nothing.
So now your job is a lot like my job.
Yeah, but I don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. But, I mean, 9 hours is a hell of a long time to do less than nothing.
Oh, yeah, because you're pulling a 9 now. That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what, like, now I cherish most when I have laundry to do. Give me fucking something to do.
Yeah.
There's only so much. I fucking fell asleep twice at work this week.
I still don't know if I can get my head around kind of what they're doing. It sounds like they're absolutely bending over backwards to help you out. Because would it make more sense to have fucking somebody working that overnight shit over weekends and say, I don't know, weeknights?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh.
Because
counterintuitive.
Mondays when all the workers come in, and worker trucks means tools, and tools mean thieves, and that means shit gets stolen. And the majority of them head out on Thursday. So
you may actually have them the perfect schedule that actually works for that place.
I've busted 4 people at that hotel doing shit they shouldn't be doing in the 4.5 years. At least once a year, I busted somebody.
Right.
And it was.
I thought you were going to say 4 in a week. I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
No, there was one time where I had to call the cops like 3 times in a month for separate shit. But overall, a phone call that led to an arrest, 1 a year.
Man, and we're not talking like little ones either. Most of these are pretty big. Especially
They've all been felonies.
Especially that fucking one of the dude that, was basically had a grow operation going into the shower in there.
Fucking cleaning out weed in the bathtub with his girlfriend and their baby.
Yeah. Jesus, man. Oh. On to the,
I always think about that. And the only reason I do is because I know this cocksucker. He thought he was a smart one.
Right.
But like, I'm just going to sell my bitch up the river.
Yeah.
I'm going to escape. And after everything's cooled off, I'm just going to come right back to the room and grab my shit and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I can't believe he came back.
Well, they always say, fucking criminal returns to the scene of the crime, right?
Had I not been watching the cameras right afterwards, would have never seen it until well after the fact, like maybe in a replay, like, oh, that cocksucker.
Yeah.
That's why the window's fucked up. But now, and ever since that day, I was like, oh man, that might be the one guy that would come looking for me, because I fooled his shitty criminal plan of returning to the fucking hotel. He'd have been fine. He would have probably had a couple more weeks of freedom.
Oh, well, that's.
But he was a man of note around here.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't last very long.
No. Mead Metal MMA
go.
podcast. We talked about Mead update for the week. I said I was going to be moving that long ships batch to that oaken cask. I'm still purging that. I got more out of that barrel the other day. And I thought, man, I'm just going to I'm going to keep going until I don't get anything out of that.
Well, we're in no hurry.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah. Long ships or troublemakers we've talked about. That thing's ready. You and Ruben fucking tested some here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's good to go.
It's just a matter of bottling it, but why bottle if we can't put out a finished fucking product is why. So then it's just take advantage of time then. If you can't finish the product, fucking take advantage of the time and just let it sit. Let it sit. I mean, we know how great the Holly King turned out after sitting almost a year.
Oh, absolutely.
And that one's the one we can't label. I'm almost okay with that because by the time that we get around to it and we start getting into the holidays, which by the time the fear of all this shit's quelled, that shit will be almost 2 years old.
And should be right in the wheelhouse of where it should be.
Yeah.
Where it needs to be.
Oh, well, it already is. It's already that and past. I mean, that's a sweet batch because that's the whole thing. The longer it ages, the more that honey starts to come back around to the palate.
And the peppermint becomes more of an essence.
Very much so. Oh, very much. So I mean, it's so that one's it's all bottled. There's just no labels on it. If any of you're dying for it, let me know. We'll take a donation. I'll do a hand drawn label for you, I guess. I don't mind. It'll be
You
with
said you were going to do a handy.
it'll be with a Sharpie, and it'll probably be Ragnar and some bullshit fucking like really unstable lettering from me.
Stick to what you know.
Yeah, and that's about it.
I think that's pretty fair.
I have the Piment batch we're working on. I love to see the evolution of Mead. Because that shit was the color of honey. It's now a really pale yellow. 1 week from now, you should start being able. It'll be kind of opaque, and then give it a couple weeks after that, and that shit will be clear.
Still getting a little bit of a bubble out of it as well.
Oddly, god damn, tomorrow's 3 weeks since I pitched that yeast. Right?
Any nutrient addition or the like?
Same as usual.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing out of the ordinary outside the fact it's a 1 gallon. Instead of our normal 5 that we do runs with, but
yeah.
And I haven't added any grape, which is actually removing why you want a Piment in the first place. I might have to go back and revisit. If you're doing a Piment batch, you want to have grape there immediately because that's going to provide that yeast nutrient basically. Natural terms. So adding Piment or adding the grape to it now to make it a Piment works great for clarity, but it does nothing for the yeast conversion. So I don't know, man. I might just fuck it. One way or the other. That 1 gallon batch. It's a gallon for me, you, and fucking whoever's here. So
we like to explore our taste buds around this bitch.
Yeah, we like to party. Metal side of all things here.
Might as well open up with the man that sleuthed our fucking video from Thailand. I've got to know how he found that.
Dude might have been wanting to go back and re-listen last week's episode for something, and then went, whoa, what the fuck? Because you type in Mead Metal
Maybe,
MMA.
because I didn't try to search for it.
I did, and actually, because of the subscriber base, their shit tops ours. Our episode that they stole is fucking, it comes up before our shit does.
Sweet irony, man.
Fucking crazy, yeah?
Maybe we can work on a partnership with Thailand.
God, I don't know, because all their men are fucking women and all their women are used to it, so I don't know.
Goddamn, let's get to LJ.
Low down on metal for this week.
A long time ago, in the Ireland Greenlands.
What the fuck are you doing in my studio?
No men had gone before.
Dude, get the fuck out.
Would you-
Seriously, get the fuck out.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
I don't want to hear
I'm
it.
just telling my Scottish
You
tale.
said Irish, get the fuck out.
Go. Can I have a pint?
No.
All right.
No, there's no alcohol here. Fuck off. Ah, God. I hate leaving the door open. All right, guys, welcome to the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. I am LJ, your host, and today we're bringing some energy. Kind of a short list, but, I'm doing this on Friday right before I turn it in, and kind of sleepy. Work kicked my ass. I'm sure it kicked your ass, so let's get down with some metal, shall we? First up on the list, we've got the band Alestorm. Alestorm. That's my favorite band name so far. The album is called Curse of the Crystal Coconut. With a totally unique sound blending a pirate gimmick with heavy metal, heavy drinking, and quite possibly the coolest name since Hailstorm with respect to the band and Lizzie Hale. Hailstorm is up there among my favorite new bands. They're funny, cool, badass, and entertaining. These guys get an 11 out of a possible 5. Next up, the band Bleed From Within. The album is called Fracture. I don't know what to call this genre, but it resembles very dark metalcore. I only got to hear the song Fracture, and I enjoyed it, including the ginger vocalist. Well, not ginger exactly, but instead of sporting the traditional long hair, heavy piercings, and corpse makeup, this dude looks like he got looks like he bags groceries at the local supermarket and calls you sir. He may look gingerly, but let me tell ya, that honky can roar. Next up, the band Miss Piss, or Mrs. Piss, MRS period Piss. The album is called Self-Surgery. Female singer, good sounding punk / new metal. Not a fucking clue what's going on, but I really, really like it because it has this cool dark gothic theme to it. So I think you guys should buy a copy so she can eat. And finally on this short list, Karach Angren. Carach space Angren. Are you ready for the album name? Because this is in Latin and it's really going to fuck with you. Frankensteinus Stratimontanus. I'm not even going to attempt to spell that. And I don't even know how I knew how to pronounce it. Anywho, if only Rammstein sang in English about monsters. Oh wait, look at this! They sound like them having an orchestra backing them, and I highly recommend the song Monster if you're iffy about buying this one. This band is really fucking cool, and I like the symphonic elements that go into it. So during this quarantine period, you're probably bored and wondering what you can do other than listen to this awesome Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast 1 week at a time. And if we go into a 2-week thing, then, what are you really going to listen to? Well, here's an idea. Maybe you can go back into the Mead, Metal, and MMA playlist and go back to the very first episode. Like, you could play some of the early ones, like episode 9, which was Ruben's first appearance, or episode 20, which was the one that they first used intro music, and it was Kevin's birthday, or episode 114, which was my first appearance on the show. So go ahead and check those out. If I were you, I'd just start typing in episode 1 of Mead, Metal, and MMA, then Mead, Metal, and MMA 2, and so on until you've listened to them all. But in the meantime, I've got to go. I've got a date with my pillow and my bed. So you guys take care and rock the fuck out. Take it away, Kevin and Brandon.
I had to. Thanks to LJ again for another week. Man, that guy, because nobody wants to release anything right now. I mean, your major bands are like, oh, well, we planned on releasing something in 2020, but now we're not so sure.
I listened to a few tracks off the new Hailstorm. Listen to a few off of that.
I'm not a Lizzie Hale fan. I know my brother's going to bust my balls.
Not Hailstorm.
Oh, I thought you said
Hailstorm.
Oh, Hailstorm. That's a different band.
The Scottish, the pirate metal band from Perth.
We've listened to them in depth around here, which is it's fine for about 5-10 minutes.
It's great to put a song on.
Yeah, you don't want to go. You don't want to go on down a weird corridor with that shit.
And this one, I gotta say, it's probably more about a 3 to 5 minute window for Hailstorm. I've always enjoyed Glory Hammer more. There's a still soft spot in my heart for power metal.
Right.
As long as it's done in a way where you recognize what kind of genre of music you're doing.
Yeah, pirate music is a little tough.
It is, especially if you want to do something else.
And it's going to fucking offend some of you, but I mean, it's the same thing for me when it comes to your Irish rock bands. A little bit goes a long way with me. Fucking Flogging Molly.
Okay. At first, I was like, Irish rock bands. Who the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not talking about you too.
No, I couldn't. The funny thing is, I couldn't think of any.
The Boston fucking kind of
Well, at least Flogging Molly is from Ireland,
right? But the who are those cunts from Boston?
Dropkick cocksuckers.
Yeah, Dropkick Murphys. There are people who are like, oh, aren't they great? Yeah, for a couple of minutes, but they can go fuck themselves after like 5 minutes. Man.
Now they're like doing live streams with Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, great. That's another cocksucker.
That's gonna help things out. I've never enjoyed Dropkick because I've never been a punk guy. It's just never been in my arsenal.
I was a punk guy, and I don't like it because the fact is that they don't offer anything to anybody that has any interest in that unless you're an asshole that's just like, hey, all Irish rock is all good rock, right?
No. Wrong.
No, it's not. So go ahead and fuck around with your limericks and your weird, fucking easily gathered and guessed time signatures because every song's the same. Everything's the same. That's the problem I have with it.
Yeah, Flogging Molly, for a time, I was really, really, really into. Probably because of the company I had at the time. But in comparison to Dropkick Murphys, Flogging Molly kicks the shit out of them.
I group them the same because it's the same time signature. It's the same shit. It's the same anger kind. Although I got to say, Flogging Molly, not quite the same anger.
Oh yeah, man! I can put on Float right now and be like, "That's a fucking jam right there," because it's not fueled by speed and tempo. You know what I mean? It's a fucking well done song. They have a few of them. I can't name you one that Dropkick Murphys have.
Yeah.
You can take Shipping Up to Boston and shove it up your fucking ass.
Right.
Because that fucking song ruined The Departed. It didn't make it better. It fucking ruined it for me.
How bad was that song? It fucking actually kind of ruined Green Day for me. They had fuck all to do with it. Because there was a weird kind of a premise.
A weird correlation there, yeah.
Yeah. I got to say, and I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but Dropkick Murphys, I'm done with them in about 90 seconds. Flogging Molly, I might be able to go 3-4 minutes to listen to their shit. Celtic Storm, I'm good with maybe 8 or 10 minutes.
You mean Gaelic Storm?
Or Gaelic
Come correct, son.
Yeah. It's all those. It's all the Irish cunts, you know.
So is it just the Irish cunts, or is it the Irish punk cunts?
The latter more than the former. But
Yeah.
I mean, but still, when you're formulaic, I have a problem with it.
You know, I used to Gaelic Storm, another one near and dear to my heart. Very near and dear enough where I was able to run their merch booth when they played in Albuquerque.
Right.
God, man. After about 3 years after that, they'd put out a new album. I can't recall. Cabbage, maybe? And I listened to it, and I didn't feel the mirth. I didn't feel the fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was because the album wasn't great or if I just fucking grew out of it. But something changed, and I was kind of like...
Maybe both. I mean, it can be both.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I don't hold against Gaelic Storm because it'll be a band that it's just one of those that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because right now they're really not on my playlist.
No. I mean, and you'd even talked about once upon a time when we were trying to figure out what the fuck we were going to do. You'd even said, hey, why don't we do a cover of theirs? I'd never listened to them. I had to start kind of giving them a listen, like,
And after seeing what we did after that, we made the right choice.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah.
know? Well, that was like kind of back when I wasn't really sure what I knew what it is we were going to do.
Yeah, and we still fucking kind of don't know, but at least we're kind of down a certain avenue of
Far
what we,
far more focused on a certain path rather than just like, why don't we do a little bit of everything?
Right. No, absolutely.
Why don't we do the Dewey Cox thing and just get a whole army of didgeridoo players?
You know, when we and we do Sunday movies and shit like that over here, we had to do the Dewey Cox one because I don't think I'd ever watched that whole fucking movie. Man,
it's one of my favorites.
It actually holds up really well. I mean, shockingly,
you gotta love dumb comedy.
Man,
though,
if it was just stupid though, you know, I mean, we because Silka was here watching it with us. Man, and she actually at the end of it, she was the first one that said, "Oh, what a good movie." Well, there it is. Because if it was nothing but stupid, she would have fucking immediately went, "Oh, I can't believe I wasted."
She did have to view a flaccid cock for 3 seconds in that movie.
There's a lot of dick in that movie.
Yeah. Well, there's one dick. But there's a lot of that
shown
one
from
dick.
a lot of angles,
and it's not even an impressive dick.
No.
It is more balls than dick.
Yeah, and about a half a second of titties. Was it worth it? Well, I got to see titties. I don't know.
And honestly, John C. Reilly having a cock right next to him and him just like fucking act like it's not even there.
Right.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. That was an all right Sunday.
And then the dad walked. God damn it! Yeah, we do a whole podcast fucking reviewing Dewey Cox.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but yeah,
see,
don't let the name fool you. There was only one cock. So yeah.
Yeah, and it was the Dewey variety. 20 years ago, Iron Maiden put out Brave New World, the first Iron Maiden album I listened to beginning to end.
Wow, that was in 2000.
Yeah, it was the first one with Dickinson back on it.
Yeah, because they
and Adrian Smith.
They shit the bed a little bit there for I want to say an album worth, maybe 2. I don't know. I'd kind of hung up my Iron Maiden habit there about 88 when I went in the Corps.
You were evolving.
Yeah, but you know what? But looking back on it, though, I mean, every birthday I always play Wasted Years because it fucking really, that song kind of hits me in the right spot, and Dickinson just wailed on that one.
Yeah.
Was that off of Brave New World?
Wasted Years, no.
No, that was off of Somewhere in Time. I think it's Somewhere in Time. If only we had like a computer or something.
Somewhere in Time,
there
86.
Yep. So I mean that was kind of actually I was already goddamn I was already done with Maiden then by that time, but that one's one I can now go back and go, all right, I could appreciate that record for what it is.
Yeah.
Which means then what were the Well of Souls or whatever the one they put out here a couple of years ago, I should be probably listening to that by 2040, I think, maybe 2050.
Damn, you think you're going to be around that long? I don't even know if I'm going to be around that long.
I always think
that
every time I hit a milestone birthday, I think, wow, I didn't think I was going to make it this far. And then it occurred to me, I'm such an angry motherfucker. I'm going to be around for a long time. The anger will fuel me into the years to come. And I will eventually turn into a Nazgul. You know?
For me, it's anger, cheap beer, and green liquor.
I thought you were going to say hookers, but all right.
Yeah, well, not around here.
Yeah, I don't know. You want to get any hookers around here.
I found it weird when I saw bitches stripping in Lubbock that I went to high school with.
Nah,
Still weird.
you know who you are.
Yeah. You know you're a Tana plumber. Ooh.
Whoa. Shots fired.
Ooh.
Anything else for the metal side of things?
Fuck. Let's see here. Do we have any good birthdays? Yeah. Blaze Bailey, lead vocalist. Lead vocalist for Iron Maiden from 94 to 99.
Oh, so he's the shit ass that ruined him for me. Okay.
Yeah. The one I think they based that fucking movie off of. And goddamn, no man, it's Justin Chancellor's working on a whole bunch of shit, including some Tool stuff.
Which we knew. The problem is
Danny Carey said it and Justin Chancellor said it, so I know two of them are at least fucking working on something.
Maynard,
But the other two that you need to hear from haven't heard shit.
Maynard fucking off of Fear Inoculum. Maynard basically shut everybody down because everybody's blaming him. He's like, man, I'm just the singer. They hand me the music. I write vocals. I bang them out, send it back to them. It is not up to me after what happens after that point.
Yeah.
So we know who it is.
It's Mr. Adam Jones.
It's Mr. Adam Jones's wife.
Oh man, that I don't know. How would you feel about getting a Tool EP during the dark ages here?
Fucking dig it. I would dig it because the fact is, Fear Inoculum made me just want more. Now and the only thing you can do is go backwards.
Right.
So then I can listen to 10,000 Days, which is still a groovy record to me and still kind of unknown in many parts, and I'm all right with that. Lateralis, which I'm more familiar with than 10,000 Days because of the success of that record, is one that's easy for me to kind of meld into. But those three, you can hear a distinct theme. From Lateralis to 10,000 Days to Fear Inoculum. And that theme is the time signature stuff and the fucking tone. Adam Jones's tone doesn't change on those three records.
No. He might throw some effects in there.
Yeah, but I mean,
the core tone itself never changes.
So those three feel like a trilogy to me. Now you go back prior to that, and you got what Anima. That one actually is still kind of it's a novel.
That's a bridge. It's a bridge.
It's a novelty to me
Tool
still
becomes.
as well, right? From Undertow and and Opiate and all the early shit,
Undertow and Opiate. Those are your rock albums.
Oh yeah,
those are your straight up just rock.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the whole thing. If you're if you're a latecomer like I am, and you go, man, I wish I could have caught those assholes back in the 90s. No, probably not. You probably don't. Because actually they evolved into who they are now. And that's the same thing I hate about assholes that just hate Fear Inoculum, hate 10,000 Days. Like, well, you assholes are clearly not evolving in your taste. Your taste has remained where it was when you were in junior high school. You need to evolve.
Well,
that's the band has.
That's why it fucking makes me sick when Metallica fans come out like, well, everything was great until they put out Black Album.
Well, those cunts are fewer and far between. They're all my age and older now. But
yeah.
We good with metal?
I think
we do have a card to talk about, oddly.
We do. I'm actually still trying to fucking pull it up.
Yeah. UFC, as it turns out, the only two mainstream, well, I don't know if I'd call them mainstream. Would you call UFC a mainstream sport, I guess? Maybe.
It is the number one MMA promotion in the world.
Yeah, but so the UFC.
And it's on ESPN now. I'd say yeah.
So the UFC and NASCAR are the only two that are actually back right now. Now, granted, I guess that they're still trying to figure out a way to save baseball, I guess. I don't know. When you start getting a players' union involved, good fucking luck. Football, who knows at this point? All signs say they'll probably be back, I guess. Basketball and hockey are the weird ones.
Yeah, they're like currently talking about the whole weird playoff
they're
idea of basketball,
They're trying
right?
to salvage a fucking playoff, which, whatever, it's fine.
Here's what you do. Just fucking I think we talked about this last week. If there were 32 teams, you could do a 32-team bracket and just rock single elimination down the board, man.
Yes.
If you're going to do it, go all the way. Give everybody a shot. Why the fuck not?
Sure.
Do it in football. They would certainly do it in football. They got 32 teams.
So tomorrow, UFC Fight Night, the Woodley Burns card. It's going to be actually from Las Vegas, the UFC Apex Center, because Las Vegas is reopening, by the way.
Yeah.
God, there's a dude with has a couple of casinos on Fremont. that put it out there. 1,700. He was paying for 1,700 flights one way.
I saw that. Yeah, one way.
That shit was done. That shit was done like within 30 minutes of him
People
announcing
fucking
it.
gobble up free, man. Even though they're like, oh shit, now we got to pay for the hotel room.
Yeah, and a flight back.
Yeah, but you're going to get that flight back pretty cheap.
Now the thing is too is that like I said, there's 2 places on Fremont I'd never fucking heard of. So it's not that that's an unknown, but
Four Queens,
the D and the Golden, not the Golden.
Golden Nugget?
No, something like the Golden something. Vegas
Oh, the Golden.
or what.
Oh, it was like the something station.
I think so, something
Yeah.
like that. But anyway, so dude owns two chains or two casinos out there. Yeah, basically a one-way ticket free, and a deeply discounted. You know, if you're going in June, a deeply discounted hotel. I mean, like $10.
Fucking Stratosphere used to give me 3 free nights every season.
Man,
Got my deal from them today, and they're like, "Come on back home to the Strat. We'll give you 1 free night." I'm like, bitches, you know what you are. No,
Right.
you don't offer me the moon and the stars, and now when shit gets tough, you're only giving me 1 free night. I tore it up and threw it in the trash can. Fuck you, Stratty.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm not opposed to the Fremont stuff. It depends on what you're going to Vegas for. Are you there for the weirdness? Or are you there for to actually have some straight up fucking good gambling time?
It's always great if you're there for both.
If you're there, yeah, but that means you are certainly going to be taking some public transport. But
Not if you're staying at the Stratosphere.
Stratosphere is kind of the anchor. You can go to both and walk, right? Well, you're going to be walking a lot, though.
Actually, no. From the Stratosphere, Fremont's about 4 Vegas blocks away.
Right.
But everything else is still pretty traversable by foot. The monorail is 2 blocks away.
Sure. Well, that's what I meant. Is that by public transport is like
Yeah,
you
but the
can
monorail
swing
doesn't
it.
go to Fremont.
No, Fremont. You got to go out of your way to get there, which is why actually it's not 100% tourism there. The Strip is 100% tourism.
Sure.
Fremont's about 95% tourism, but you get that weird 5% of weird motherfuckers that live there.
Yeah,
and that's what they're about.
And they have those circles that are in the ground with the numbers on them that have the performer there. And last time I went, they had some pretty cool performers.
Yeah.
And down near the end, they had a fat guy wearing a diaper. Fucking, I shit thee nay, wearing fucking Valentine's Day wings on his back, screaming death metal into a fucking microphone with no music.
I see nothing wrong with that.
I watched for about a minute. I had
sounds like Hollywood in the fucking early to mid 80s.
Yeah, the companion I was with though had enough about 10 seconds, but I said, "No, bitch, we're watching this."
Oh yeah. Man, tomorrow's card is looking really good as Vegas gets back to business. There's only a few off the prelim card. I don't want to focus too much on prelims.
Tim Elliott,
the
is the guy that nearly beat Mighty Mouse.
Right. He's going against Brandon Royval. Louis Smolka, though, fighting Casey Kenny. That's going to be a really good fight. Casey Kenny, kind of young, but 13-2-1 record. But the thing is, he hadn't been tested. Louis Smolka is going to give him a test.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in that.
It's weird to see a name like that, Louis Smolka, that low on the card.
I think he's been struggling a little lately, if I'm not mistaken.
He's he's only dropped 1 in his last 6.
Oh, wow. Well, now maybe it might be.
He's only had 3. This is his 4th fight in the UFC, though.
Yeah.
He's 2-1 in the UFC.
Yeah.
Beat Ryan McDonald's last fight, though. Knocked him the fuck out at the Cowboy Gaethje fight.
But other than that, man, there's not a lot of great things on the prelim card until you get really to the headliner of it, Fulovachuk.
Now, let's hold on a second. There's one thing. The sister of my wife.
Right. She's fighting Kaylin Shakugian.
Oh, yeah.
The Fulovachuk.
Sorry, I was looking.
That was your joke.
I was looking at a picture of her, and I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah. Antonina Shevchenko, who is just a mere shadow of her sister's abilities.
Oh, yeah. That is a night and day jump right there.
But anyway, it's fine. Prelim card is going to be entertaining. How much of it we watch, we'll see.
Yeah. Mackenzie Dern opened up against Hannah Cyphers.
Yeah, that fatty, huh?
That fat loser.
Strawweight. So coming in 115 when she's clearly a 135er.
I mean,
did you see weigh-ins today? Or
everybody made it except Brock Weaver.
Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting to me because Mackenzie Dern has had issues in the past. So, hey, man, if she's making weight, fucking tip of the cap, go ahead and fight at 115. But that is certainly not her natural weight, man. That's not her division.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do there, man. And who wants to fight at 125? Not when you find out who the champ. When the champ changes, yeah, maybe entertain the idea of fighting a flyweight.
Yeah, man.
But you're still going to have to fight Valentina one day.
Right. I think I said 115. Yeah, 125, but she's clearly a 135er. That's where she's going to be eventually. Now, if she's young and dumb, and there you go, you can keep making that fucking weight down at 125. But the day is going to come; she's going to have to move to 135. After that, it turns into a really shitty card for a little bit. I mean, you mentioned Brock Weaver, fine, whatever. Is that fight still on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Roosevelt Roberts.
Because Roosevelt Roberts is a guy that got his job on the Contender Series.
You don't turn down fights at that point.
No, and man, the Contender Series, they might not all be home runs once they make their debuts, but man, they're starting to churn out some killers like Jeff Neal.
Yep.
Like fucking Roosevelt Roberts.
Right.
Brock Weaver, I think he's had a handful of fights in the UFC, but this might be Roosevelt Roberts' first legit fight.
He's a dude that comes out with the pigtails, right?
He's got like a fucking mop on his head, yeah.
Yeah. Billy Quarantillo, which is really hilarious considering the quarantine is an active word. His name seems to be derivative, but taking on Spike Carlisle. The only thing engaging to me about this are the records. Quarantillo has 13-2 and Carlisle 9-1. Two really, really good records, and one of them's going to improve even on that.
And Spike Carlisle does look like that fucking teenage bad guy from A Christmas Story.
That fucking redheaded dude that looks like
cry for me, baby, cry.
Oh my God,
looks just like that cocksucker at 145.
I don't want to say this is a bad card, but the co-main event, I didn't recognize. Well, I recognized one name, and the other one I had to kind of research it a little bit.
Yeah,
these are two cats that I'm just not. Blagoyev Ivanov, we've seen him fight before. Augusto Sakai, I have no idea who the guy that.
The name rings, but goddamn, I'm pulling up his. Let's see, beat Arlovsky, beat Tabura, the guy that fucking.
I mean, it's a heavyweight. It's a heavyweight co-main, which almost always means good things, unless it's Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou. But other than that, usually heavyweight co-mains are all right.
We'll see the last one with Overeem and fucking Rosenstreich.
Worked out really, really well for Overeem, but you know.
Weather that first storm and then knock him out.
That's the fun thing about heavyweight. You just don't fucking know. Because, man, one dude lands a clean clip by accident.
I would never try to make money in Vegas on heavyweight fights.
Hell no. Lightweight is where the money is at. Because generally you're going to have a very decided underdog and a very decided favorite, and you can go with it from there.
Yeah.
Main event, Tyron Woodley, Gilbert Burns. Who you got?
I don't know if Tyron Woodley is fully recovered from the Kamaru Usman loss.
Dude, it's been a year, right?
Even he said it's been tough.
Wow.
And I automatically was like, man, that's a hard. The judges' scorecards on that fight were some of the worst we'd ever heard for a championship fight.
Oh, no, it's horrible.
Not some of the worst. They were the worst.
Well, Kamaru Usman.
There was a 43 on that card, I think.
Yeah, dude, Usman just ragdolled him, yeah.
And that was his last fight back in March. That he hadn't fought since.
Man, for me, it depends on the Woodley we get. If it's the Woodley fought Robbie Lawler, I like his chances.
If it's Woodley fought Darren Till, absolutely.
Sure, but if it's a Woodley fought fucking Usman, it's going to be a problem because Gilbert Burns has got some skills.
And Gilbert Burns, man, while not really a finishing machine, he's beaten Mercier. His biggest win was his last one against Damian Maia, but this is the Damian Maia of 2020.
This is not.
That is the Uriah Faber now of like, oh, you beat Maia? Let's move him up to like a top 5 or something.
I think that one, as lackluster as the card may seem, that main event is going to be really good.
Yeah, this is not Tyron Woodley is the biggest name on this card.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Champ, analyst, the whole 9 yards.
And I dig, and then it's an ESPN one, so that means it's free for fucking people, which means we're probably going to get on ESPN Plus.
Oh yeah,
thanks to the trying times.
From what I'm to understand, all the fights that are going to be on ESPN will be simulcast on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, until the coronavirus fear-demic is over.
So I hope it's never over, so that way we get high-definition fucking chingasos whenever they're on.
4K is a fun way to watch
it is a good way to live.
Let's get to the picks. What you drink today, sir?
My own piss.
There you go.
Or Budweiser.
It's close. It's similar in many ways. I'm on board with that. What are you listening to?
Shit. I do believe we'll go a little Lamb of God this week. Something angry. Since everybody's so mad, why don't you actually listen to some angry music and then really find out if you're angry or not?
Right. I think I'm going to go Sub Rosa.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Fancy pants.
I miss those guys more than I'd probably care to admit since they called it quits. But
We do tend to find a lot of bands that either just broke up or are about to.
yeah, man.
That's the Agalock.
Yeah. Except
And that one was spectacular.
except in a good way, right?
Who would have thought the breakup of the band would be better than the music itself?
Judging by Henry Cervali's take on it was fucking awesome. But yeah.
Painted
All right.
it beautifully.
Let's see. As far as fights go tomorrow, anything surprising?
I'm picking Henry Cejudo to begin a great pro wrestling career.
I got Mackenzie Dern with a really fast 20-second finish.
I think a titty pops out.
And that. So all the good things.
I don't know whose,
Yeah.
but a titty's going to be out at the Apex Center.
All right, we'll probably do one more week. I think next week before we go back to our normal, which is probably about every
we do have
other.
a UFC pay-per-view next Saturday.
Yeah, that's why we have to do one next week, and then I think we'll probably do that. Probably pause a week after that, and then pick it up again. I think we have to get back to normal. So
We can't entertain Thailand all the time,
not all the time.
but we will when we can.
Yeah, yep. Your oceans smell like shit, and your men are all Nancy's. All right, there you go. That's
Ooh. But your sauces are on point.
yeah, no, there's that. Huh? Hey, we'll check in with you people next week. Fucking do what you got to do to feel safe for you, not everybody else. And we'll
Yeah, don't fucking worry about all these other peer pressure and go fuck itself.